Skyrim was a groundbreaking game that set a new standard for open world RPGs, but as much as we love it, there were still some areas that could be improved. With the upcoming, yet still so far away release of Elder Scrolls 6, we're excited to see what new features and improvements will be added to the game. In this video, we'll be discussing 10 things in no particular order we want to see improved from Skyrim. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into our wish list for Elder Scrolls 6. Just for further reference, we're mostly going to be listing things about gameplay and not so much lore. We felt like there were enough lists that talk about lore improvements, so we wanted to go with the gameplay / immersion route. At number 10, we hopefully have a given, and that is better combat. Skyrim's combat wasn't the worst, nor was it the best. The melee combat is where it really struggled to shine, since it felt a bit clunky even by 2011 standards. But luckily, the magic combat helped make up for it a bit, as well as the enchantments and skill tree stuff too. One thing we've seen suggested is a portable enchantment board, so you can enchant on the go, and once you use it, it gets destroyed. That would honestly take away the factor of having to fast travel somewhere or go somewhere just to enchant your weapon, so I think that would be fairly helpful. Elder Scrolls 6 could add better animations, more variety, and better benefits to having different character builds. And that would truly elevate the gameplay from just swinging your weapon around until they die. There have been tons of mods for Skyrim to help out with its combat, and I think that truly goes to show that we need some better combat in the next game. At number 9, we have better dialogue options and alternate endings. Skyrim felt a bit lackluster when it came to dialogue options, though not the worst at this either. It would be amazing if Bethesda would add different outcomes and alternate endings to certain quests based on your dialogue options and quest choices. There were some light sprinkles of this in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, but it definitely could have used some more of it. One idea that I have mentioned in another video when it comes to dialogue is custom dialogue. New mods for Skyrim have been using ChatGPT to respond to custom dialogue that the player writes. It also uses a sample of the character that the player is talking to respond in a fully generated response with the NPC's voice. It would be cool to see that implemented as an option for the list of dialogue choices. And if done right, it could be a groundbreaking and fresh addition to a role-playing adventure game. Now, I don't think we'll see exactly that, but it would honestly be a really cool idea. Nonetheless, we'd love to see better dialogue options and alternate endings to certain quests. At number 8, kind of going along with the dialogue stuff, we have variety of voice acting. Skyrim's voice acting was a bit funny at times.
Got a pretty full stock of potions and alchemy reagents.
And a lot of the time, you'd be hearing the same voices for many of the NPCs in the world. Now, we all understand that Elder Scrolls is a huge world with too many NPCs to fully voice. But with the budget going up for the franchise, we would assume that there are probably going to be many more voice actors in the game, especially compared to Skyrim. Adding a better variety of voice acting would definitely help with the level of immersion immensely, and would really add to the aspect of individuality. Or maybe Bethesda is trying to voice every single NPC, and that's why it's taking so long. Okay, probably not, but anything to tell myself why it's been over 10 years. Number 7 is better RPG elements. While some still consider Skyrim as an RPG, I think many of us would agree that it's an adventure game with some RPG aspects sprinkled in. Bethesda has been diluting their games from the RPG elements for a while now, but we think Elder Scrolls 6 needs it. More skills to upgrade, a better skill tree, and harder to acquire perks would help keep the character building fresh and add tons of replayability. Alongside of the more character building, how about a more balanced one too? It's still true that just about any build in Skyrim could be a strong one, but when it comes to completely overpowered and game breaking, the archer build with full sneak take the cake. Being able to stand in front of someone without being seen just because you have full sneak is a bit overpowered, although it did make for some funny memeable moments. Coming in at number 6, we have more weapons. Although the selection of melee weapons was not terrible at all, what's a new game without even more and different weapons? This is definitely another given, but it's worth mentioning since this is something the community obviously wants. There's a reason there are so many weapons mods for Skyrim, and some of them are amazing and even blend perfectly into the vanilla game. This is just something to throw out there, but a spear would be kind of cool, a neat addition to the game, but let us know what you think in the comments below. Number 5, we have better smithing and crafting. A more in-depth and satisfying crafting system would take the game to the next level. And we aren't just talking about crafting weapons. We're talking about crafting houses, forts, or even maybe your own clan or guild. Being able to build things to that degree would add another aspect to the replayability and could provide something that not many games have truly done. It does sound a bit needy to be able to build your own fort and stuff like that, but come on, we've all bought the game like 3 times already. They could probably make another remaster and we'd still buy it. Even if they just added something a little bit more in depth or more engaging, it would be a huge improvement. But if you could build your own custom houses or custom forts, that would be pretty freaking cool. Now, at a quick number 4, we have more character creation. If you're anything like me, I love spending time customizing and creating my character. Being able to move the sliders to the exact position for the nose, eyes, mouth, and boot. It's things like this that also keep the game fun and interesting, as well as allow for some amazing mods to be made. A quick one, like I said, more character creation. Skyrim's was not bad, it was okay, but we want some more, so. Getting towards the bottom of our list at number 3, we have a morality system. This is a big one that Skyrim struggled with, well, mostly because it wasn't really in it. Granted, you were recognized as the Dragonborn and did hold some kind of higher presence amongst the people. It never really affected the way people treated you. You could save a whole town from a dragon attack and barely get any praise by the locals. So we think a fluctuating morality system would truly open up the AI to feel more living and reactive to their surroundings. Up next, we have number 2, and that is for romance. It's no secret that the Skyrim community wants some extra love in their life, and we like what Skyrim did, allowing us to have a wife or husband and adoptable children, but ultimately, we want more. They could do so much more with this. Maybe make the children become followers and hunt with us, or maybe you can even teach them on how to cast spells and make weapons. There's a lot of potential they could do with the romance aspect and the family building to make it more of a role-playing adventure game, and also we'd like to know your thoughts about that idea as well. And finally, at number 1, we have destruction. Like I said, this isn't in any particular order. This isn't like top 1 or number 1 really. It's just number 1 in the list, I guess. But I think we can all agree that Skyrim felt as solid as Bedrock from Minecraft. The only things that moved were the items that could be picked up for the most part. Destruction from perhaps dragons or fire would help the game feel a little bit more dynamic, or even some simple tree destruction could help. This isn't the most important on the list, but it's definitely an idea that we've really never seen in the Elder Scrolls franchise, and we think it could benefit from it. Now, I do have an honorable thought that may be a little bit controversial, I'm not sure, but that is the idea of multiplayer. Now, before I get into this, let's all agree that multiplayer is not a priority in the Elder Scrolls franchise. We would much rather have a finished and polished single-player experience and not have the multiplayer aspect ruin the game. But if Bethesda could do it right for the main Elder Scrolls game, it could be one of the best role-playing adventure online experiences ever made. Like I said, this is just an idea, so let us know what you think about Elder Scrolls 6 being multiplayer down in the comments below. And there you have it. That's our list for 10 things we want improved from Skyrim and Elder Scrolls 6. Let us know what you think. Did we miss anything on our wish list? Let us know in the comments below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching.